I just know that I would do a disservice to you if I didn't help you think eternally. Because eternally, we're going to stand before him. And he's not going to say, how did your business thing go, Rachel? You know, were you successful? He's going to say, Rachel, how many people did you reach for me? So I want to help us understand that that's the goal, is to make sure that we're fulfilling what God wants us to do here. So we have to marry these things together. He would not give us gifts and talents and ideas if he didn't want us to do them. But we can't do those things and forsake the true commission that he's called us to.
That's real good.
So we have to discuss how they work together. I do believe that God wants us to find a way to have him in our ventures. Now, you may have an idea at this point where you go, well, God, how does that work? You know, like, I'm thinking of doing this or that, and where's God in that, you know? Well, you know my story about my musical company and how God started to talk to me about putting him in my shows. And I am telling you now, I firmly believe that if I hadn't done that, I would not have the success I have right now with my business. There's no way. No way. Honestly, I am hardly working my business now. Maybe an hour a week, maybe 2. I hired somebody to help me do all the transactional work because I wanted to pursue this and fulfill this call. People call us. People are wanting, I mean, it's amazing. But I'm telling you that I guarantee you, and I know for a fact, it's because I put God first. And I did what he told me. In a secular venue, I was talking about God. I'd go to retirement communities and I'd be like, oh gosh, here comes the part where I'm start talking about God in my show, and I'm looking at the activity director in the back of the room and she's going like this. And I'm like, oh, okie dokie, here we go. Oh, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. So, because I'm doing the thing, I'm thinking, oh, I know I'm coming to this party, and she doesn't know it's going to be about God. You know, she just hired me. And I would just do my thing. And every time, they were so pleased. Never once did I have anyone say, well, I didn't know you were going to get religious on me or talk about God. They were like, oh, that was really good. And it's just, it was almost like when you go witness, it's a little scary because you don't know how they're, it's almost the same thing. It's like, I just did it because God said to do it. Yay! So I'm successful because I did what God told me to do. But guess what? He wants us to experience success here too, because he loves us. So he wants us to see that it's not just, hey, I did what he told me to do, but he wants to bless us. And in blessing us, we can bless others. And in blessing us, we can do more for him with the finances he gives us. So I want to share this other story with you. One morning, I was praying, and it was Wednesday morning. Now, years ago, when I first started coming to our church, we had several services in the week, and one of them was a Wednesday morning service. And I remember our pastor saying, every time the doors are open, you should come. And at that point, I was selling insurance and had flexibility because I was, it was my own business. I was doing okay with it, but I remember thinking, you know, I can do this. I could go on a Wednesday morning. So I started going. I went 4 times a week. And I was just getting fed and more fed and fed and fed and growing in the things of God. And then I got hired at the church as a drama director for 10 years, so I wasn't going, they weren't going to pay me to go to service, so I was working for them. Well, then when I moved on to my Mestis musical business, then it's one Wednesday morning. Now I hadn't been going to Wednesday morning service for 10 years because I was working at the church, okay? So I'm in prayer, and I hear God say, you need to go to service this morning. Now it had been a while, like I said, over 10 years since I'd been to that service. I almost like forgot that they had it because I was just, you know, in a different group. I'm like, oh, but God, I got to do these things for my business. I've got to do this, and you know, if I don't do this, and I'm going to get behind, and I really need to. And I just kept getting this, you need to go. So I said to God, I'll take care of your business if you take care of mine. So I went, okay, I'll go. Well, that morning at into a friend who was there with her mom, who was a senior. And my friend was telling her mom about what I do with musicals for seniors. So the mom says, oh, you know, I'm in a senior group. I should tell my senior leader about what you do. Well, 5 people removed from that first contact, I end up talking to the mayor's office in Chicago. And they wanted me to do my shows for all the seniors in Chicago. But then said, well, it's going to be hard for you to go to all these senior centers with all the stuff you have. Maybe can we come and see you somewhere? Is there somewhere that we could bring all of our seniors to? Well, right at that time, my husband and I were talking about the idea of doing dinner theater, because we have all this stuff that we bring with us to set up, to tear down, and it became like a whole deal every time we go out. It was a lot of work and a lot of time. So we had been entertaining the idea, no pun intended, of, you know, a restaurant venue. And so we started inquiring about, we heard about White Fence Farm from somebody, and we inquired about it. And so when he said, is there a place we could take them to? And I said, well, how about White Fence Farm? And he said, oh, they would love White Fence Farm. They all love that anyway. That's how the door opened at White Fence Farm for us, to have people start coming to see us there. I don't know that you've ever heard that story. Well, here's what's so significant about it. My husband at the time was working construction, but he was doing these shows on the side. They were calling him the foreman, not the preaching, the singing foreman or something like that, whatever, it was funny. But the significant thing about it was the fact that that year, our first year of doing that, where people came to us, we made 5 times the amount of income from the year before. 5 times. It was amazing. It was like whew, the floodgates opened. And all these people just were coming, and busloads of people and busloads of people. We did shows every day for weeks. It was amazing. So, you know, I just listened to God and said, okay, I'll go to service. It really didn't hurt me to go to service, right? But I trusted that he would take care of my business, and boy, did he take care of my business, right? So it's super important that we really honor God in every step we take as we're developing and walking towards what we believe he's calling us to do. Amen? So that's important. So what is God's business? So this is what I want to discuss. What is God's business?
Souls.
Souls. Who said that? Souls. Souls. People. God's in the people business. And we're his kids, right? So that makes us in the family business. Right? And we want to see that that family business succeeds. So we're going to help get the word out, and we're going to make that family business successful because we're his kids. And he's entrusted us with his business. So, important information here. Let me read this to you here. God has called me to help you fulfill your destiny. We need to know what his destiny is for us in the Word of God, and I think we've made that clear tonight, right? Mm-hmm. We'll come up short if we really don't know that and we don't incorporate that. As I mentioned, our purpose is to fulfill his purpose, as Joshua did. So through your gifts and your talents and your ideas, they are a tool to reconcile people back to God. We need to think beyond my financial success here and now. How can I use this idea, this gift, this talent to be a tool? Now you may have an invention or an accessory, an idea, or something like that, whereby you think, well, this has like nothing to do with the gospel per se. Like I had an accessory idea of something that, like a fanny pack, but a really cool looking fanny pack. Okay.
Come on.
Sounds silly, but I'm telling you the truth. And it came in prayer, and it was kind of cool, and all this stuff. But you may think, well, where's the gospel in that, right? Oh, it's for tracks. I'm kidding. That wasn't my idea. Yeah. No, it was good. But the point I want to make with that is, you may have, I don't want you to feel like everything you do has to be so spiritualized, everything that you would have idea has to be, okay. But if I would have gone further with that and had someone make the prototype who I really God showed me to have this person do it, but I thought she didn't like me, it sounds so childish, but truly I thought, oh, I can't ask her, she doesn't even like me. And truly, finally when I asked her 10 years later, she made it in 24 hours.
Wow.
Seriously. Trust God, you know. Anywho, it's not the thing itself that would have been the God thing, but rather the fact that God gave me the idea and then I put it out there and really just went with that. The money coming from that, I could have put into the next thing that God wanted me to do, or open the door to help missionaries or fund the gospel.
Right.
You see my point? So it doesn't have to be specifically that what you're doing is scripture, God. I mean, what I do with my shows, yes, but that's not going to be the case in every situation. But just always be thinking, God, and part of the assignment will be, show me, Lord, how can I put you in what I do, and what is this about for me? And you could just say, I just want to make a lot of money so you can fund the gospel, whatever God tells you. So I just wanted to share that. It doesn't have to be specific to that, but it needs to always be the foundation of it in your thinking. Okay. So, when we stand before God, He's going to want to know if we filled our Great Commission. We all have the same commission, but how we go about filling it is specific to who He made us to be.
That's good.
And for myself, I know that God has given me several gifts. Many of us have more than one gift and talent. We have several. And if you know the parable of the talents, if you stand before God and you haven't used every talent, He's not going to say, oh, good for you, you did all those 9 out of 10, you did 9, I'm so proud of you. He's going to say, what'd you do with that 10?